This is Margin Machine, where we follow the money behind AI. Adobe's stock dropped 17% in a single day last December, not because of a scandal, not because of a lawsuit, but because analysts finally admitted what users already knew. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how a $15 a month AI stack is eating a $600 a year empire, and why the obvious explanation, that Adobe is just too expensive, is only half the story. The other half is a lot more interesting. Welcome back to another price war. This is the series where we put two tools on a scale, the expensive incumbent and the AI eating its lunch, and we show you the exact price math, what survives the switch, and who pockets the difference. If you saw our video on the $400 a month tool that got replaced for $19, you already know where this is going. But Adobe is a different kind of beast. It's not just a tool. It's a habit. It's a file format. It's 15 years of muscle memory baked into an industry. So before we talk about replacing it, we need to talk about what it actually costs, because most people who pay for Adobe have no idea. Let's do the math cold. Adobe Creative Cloud's most popular single app plan, Photoshop only, runs $263 a year. The photography plan, Photoshop plus Lightroom, is $179 a year. But the full Creative Cloud suite, which is what most working designers and video editors actually use, is $659 a year for individuals. That's $54.99 a month, billed annually, or $89.99 if you pay monthly and forget to cancel before the year's up. And here's the thing Adobe doesn't advertise loudly: cancel before your annual contract ends, and you owe them 50% of the remaining balance. That's not a bug. That's a $400 exit tax built into the pricing model. Adobe's retention strategy isn't great software. It's friction. And for a decade, it worked perfectly. But then something changed in 2022, and it changed fast. Here's where the numbers get interesting. A freelance designer today can assemble a replacement stack for roughly $15 a month, and in some cases less. Canva Pro covers layout, social graphics, and basic photo editing for $13 a month. Ideogram or Midjourney handles AI image generation for around $10. Adobe's own Firefly credits are bundled into free tiers on third-party tools. For video, CapCut Pro is $9.99. For background removal and quick photo touch-ups, tools like Photopea run free in a browser with a Photoshop-like interface. The total, depending on which combination you pick, lands between $10 and $25 a month, call it $15 as a median. That's against Adobe's $55. The gap is $40 a month. Or $480 a year. For a freelancer running on tight margins, that's a software expense that just became a profit line. But here's the part nobody mentions: the switch isn't free, even if the tools are cheaper. This is where everyone gets it wrong. People cancel Adobe, feel clever for 2 weeks, and then hit a wall. The wall has a name: PSD files. Or InDesign packages. Or After Effects projects from a client who's been on Adobe since 2011. Compatibility isn't a feature, it's infrastructure. If you work in an agency, with a print shop, or with clients who send you layered Photoshop files, the $40 monthly saving can cost you hours in workarounds, export failures, and client revision cycles. That friction has a dollar value. Estimate conservatively, 2 extra hours a month at a $50 freelance rate, and your actual saving drops from $480 a year to around $280. Still real money. But not the clean swap the YouTube thumbnails promise. The honest answer is that the AI stack wins for solo creators, content marketers, and social media managers. It loses ground fast the deeper you go into professional production pipelines. Would you have made the switch anyway? Tell me in the comments, because the answer probably says more about your client list than your design skills. Now here's where it gets weird. The company that profits most when you cancel Adobe isn't Canva. It isn't Midjourney. It's Adobe. Not from the cancellation, from what comes after it. Adobe's Firefly AI, baked into its free web app, is designed to catch exactly the users who downgrade. You leave the $55 plan, you try the free tier, you use Firefly's generative fill tool, you run out of credits. Then Adobe sells you a $4.99 credit pack. Or you upgrade to a lighter plan at $29.99 a month. Adobe isn't losing the price war. It's restructuring around it. Their fiscal year 2024 revenue hit $21.5 billion, up from $19.4 billion the year before. The stock drop wasn't because users were leaving. It was because Wall Street realized Adobe's growth ceiling might be lower than the AI hype implied. The users stayed. They just started paying less per user. And Adobe engineered that landing on purpose. So let's follow the money all the way to the end. If you're a solo freelancer or content creator, the switch to an AI stack at $15 a month saves you roughly $280 to $480 a year after accounting for compatibility friction. That's real. Bank it. If you're running a small agency or serving professional production clients, the math flips. The hidden costs of format incompatibility likely exceed the subscription savings until your clients also modernize. And if you're Adobe, you've already modeled this. Your power users stay. Your casual users churn to Firefly's free tier. And your new AI features, generative fill, text-to-image, video generation, are designed to pull both groups back toward a paid plan eventually. The incumbent isn't dying. It's shedding its low-margin base and repositioning around AI features that cost more to build and can justify higher prices to the users who remain. That's not a company losing a price war. That's a company winning a different one. We follow the money here every week. Subscribe so you don't miss the next trail. Here's the question that keeps this story open. Adobe spent $20 billion trying to buy Figma, and regulators killed the deal. Figma, the collaborative design tool that was already pulling enterprise clients away from Adobe, walked away with a $1 billion breakup fee and no acquisition. So the one competitor Adobe tried to eliminate is still out there, still growing, still sitting on $1 billion in Adobe's own money. What happens when Figma adds AI generation at the same price point, and targets Adobe's last loyal segment, the professionals? If you want to know exactly how Figma is building that threat, click the video on your screen right now.